Today we'll see how to do segment routing, that is SR, using OSPF DE. For this we are taking two open sources, FRR and normal Linux machine. So this is the setup I am having: H1, H2, H3 and H4. Or H1 is connected to H2, H2 to H3, H3 to H4. So how to simulate this with a Docker? If you are not aware with the Docker setups and other things, you can check my video if you are interested. So if you are aware, we can proceed to the next one. So what we have to do, we have how to connect H1, H2, H3 is, I am using a Mac VLAN driver, so to connect H1 and H2. So that will create a physical interface Mac ETH1, similarly to H2, H3, Mac ETH2, H3 and H4, Mac E3. So we have, this is the setup which we are going to use. So now we will see how to configure them. So this is a Tmux where I am having. So now H1 is, I'll start H1. So for this we have to build FRR. For that, this is the Docker file which we have to use. This is the Docker file. I have used Ubuntu 22, installed all the basic utilities, and then we have to install the FRR. If you follow this, you will get the FRR installed. So these are all the steps. That's a separate video to install FRR in detail. So you can check that, or you can use the same script here. Then you have to build it using this command. Docker build -t, this is the name and the path of the Docker file. So with this we have to build. I have already built, and this is the image SR FRR. So using this I am going to run all the 4 Dockers. This is H1. Same way, this is H2. And this is H3. This is H4. So now I am going to the host machine, and you can see the Docker which has 4 vEth interfaces. So this connection we don't want. We need a connection like this, H1 and H2 connected together. So we'll see how to do that. So you have to create a Docker bridge. So this is the script to create the Docker bridge. I am creating 3 dummy interfaces, Mac ETH1, 2 and 3, and assign an IP. So 11.1 will be first network, 12 and 13. So this is a script. I'll just start running the script. So I am getting this, but still you will not have IP in the Docker. So move back to Docker 1, and if you see, you will not have. So 0 is the first one, 1 is the second, 2 like this. I am just moving across and I am showing. So now we will go to 6 again, and now we will connect it. Still now we have not connected the Docker. So for connecting the Docker, first we have to remove the default bridge. So this is the command to remove. So if you see brctl show, we have all vEth interfaces. This script will actually remove all the vEth interfaces. So now if you go and check in any one of them, 172 network will be removed. So it's removed. Now we need to connect it back. So for connecting it, this is the script we are using. H1 is connected to H2, H2 to H3. For each H1 I am having a different subnet. So that's why I am having 3 subnets. I will run this. This is done. Now if you see, this is 11 network. This is 12 and 13. This is 11 and 12. Network, and 1, 2, 3 and 4. So all 4 connections are done. Now we are ready with the setup. Now if you see brctl show, you will not have anything. Instead of that, we will have Mac ETH interfaces, ETH1, ETH2 and ETH3. This acts as a connectivity between the hosts. So now we have to start a VTYSH. So initially it is not started, so we have to start the daemon. So etc frr daemons. Here we have to search for OSPF-D and we have to enable it. This is the second node. First node I have enabled. Second node I have to do OSPF-D. This is in the third node. etc frr daemons. Now after changing everything, you have to do sudo systemctl start frr. So the same command you have to give on all the nodes. Which one is done? This is h2. This is h3 and this is h4. So now we are done with the setup. So now you have to check whether MPLS is enabled. So now MPLS is enabled and you have to enable MPLS IP tunnel, GSO and MPLS routers. So only when you enable this, the status will be on. So now we will start to configure normal OSPF and we'll try to check how it works. Then on top of that we'll create an TE connection. So first node I am creating 32. This is second node. This is 2.2.2. This is third node. This is 3.3.3. This is the fourth node. Here I will put 4.4.4. So now I am moving back to the first interface, first host. So now we will try to configure OSPF router, OSPF router ID I am giving 1.1.1, and in loopback you have to enable IP OSPF area 0. Same in ETH1 also we have to enable. This is the command. This is wrong, so I will remove this. WR to save. Now if you see, OSPF is not started because neighbor I have not configured. Now this is the neighbor node, router OSPF router ID 2.2 and in IP OSPF area 0. Same we have to configure in both the interfaces. IP OSPF area 0 and int ETH2 IP OSPF area 0. So also without no int ETH. Now you can see the OSPF in the second node, IP OSPF neighbor. So it started. Now we will go to the third node. Router ID, go back, IP OSPF area 0 and then in ETH1 IP OSPF area 0 and ETH2 IP OSPF area 0. This is also configured. On the last node also will configure. Router OSPF router ID 4.4.4 and then in yellow IP OSPF area 0 and then eth1 OSPF area 0. So this is the configurations. Now we'll wait until OSPF comes up. We'll just check whether it has come in first node. Yes, the second node should have 2 OSPFs. You can see. Sorry, this is the second node. 2 are there and both are up. The third node, it's still starting because the third one is just now we configured. Yes, it has come. Now we got OSPF end to end. Now we go to the first node. So we have routes to 4.4, which is the fourth node. Now we can give ping. So while giving ping, you can go to the host machine and you can do as the sudo tcp dump -i mac eth1. If you see, you will receive normal packets. See, normal echo reply with the normal packets without MPLS. Because it is normal OSPF. You can see throughout MAC E2 and MAC E3. So now we'll try to configure OSPF TE and see whether packets are going with label. So before that, you see MPLS table is null. Same way you can see in all the nodes. So now we'll start configuring. So how to configure is we have to go to router OSPF and in all the nodes you have to give this command. You will have an opaque T OSPF TE. And same we'll give in the second node also. So third node. This is the fourth node. And see, this is done. So now we have to give segmentation on and node ID. Router OSPF will give this same thing in all the 4 nodes. So second node, third node, and this is the fourth node. Now we have to give the MPLS TE router ID. So router ID is nothing but the loopback IP. So here it is 1.1.1 for first one. For the second one it is 2.2.2. For third one it is 3.3.3. Fourth one it is 4.4.4. The then configuration which you have to give is this one, same thing, but we have to give the index. You can till now you can see this show running. So we have given the router ID, segment, everything. Now we have to give segment prefix, loopback IP, and we have to give the index. This should be a unique number for each node. The first node it is 1021. For the second node, segment routing prefix 2.2.2/32 index 22. Here we have given 1, right? 1021. Here I am giving 1022. In the next node we have to give segment routing prefix 3.3.3/32 index 1023. prefix segment routing prefix 4.4.4 32 index 1024. So make sure all are unique. 1024. From back I am coming. The next node it is 1023, and the first node, second node it is 1022. Other one is 102. Now we can see whether labels are populated. You can see the labels are populated. First node also is populated. As well as the last node. So the last node is the second node. So everywhere it is populated. So now just to understand this, if we want to reach to 4.4.4, the label which uses is 17024. So for that, what is the action it has to take? You have to check this table 1024 outgoing label. Again it will put 1024 and it will send one label. So if it receives with 1024, again it will put 1024. So in the two nodes you should see that label. We'll capture and check whether it is the same. Then after in the third node it is normal implicit null. Then means it will remove the label and send. Now first we'll check whether it is working, and we'll capture the packet and check. So for sending MPLS traffic in the host machine, we have to enable this option. That is sysctl-net MPLS conf eth1. This should be set, and all the nodes you have to, for the interfaces you have to set that. So default I am copying this sysctl-w conf eth1, like that I am configuring. You have to give the label, otherwise ping will not work. To give this configuration, segment routing global block. So this configuration we have to give, and then now we can try to ping to 4.4.4. So now we can try to capture the packets and check. So you can see MPLS packets are going. 2 also you can see, and 3 it will be normal packet. So now we can I have captured this packet here. Now we can open and check how the packets are captured. In MAC eth1 you will have 1702 which is labeled. The center node also will have the label, because as per the configuration you can see the first node. This is the table, MPLS table. It puts 17024. So that's why we see that packet. And then in the second node also, when it receives 1702, it pops and puts the outgoing label as 1702. So that's why in the second node also we are able to see 17024. And the third node it should be removed because it is explicit null. We'll just still confirm it. So 1024, if it comes, outgoing will be explicit null, that is 3, so it will remove the label. So you can see request is removed and it is sent. The reply wise, if you see, this is normal, and here everything will be normal because it is sending the normal traffic. So first node only request, the second node also request will be sent. So these are all the fields in MPLS you can check. So this is these are the basic configuration. I will just show the configuration once. So just configure OSPF, and you have to configure the MPLS TE router ID and segment router ID. So, but if you don't give that segment block, this particular segment block it will not work, because in show running it is not showing, but still you need this configuration to create a block. So thank you. You can try this. It's very simple.